Hey guys, welcome back to Buzzer to Buzzer. All right, guys, the 13th week of the 2020 NFL season is officially among us, and there's going to be no Thursday night game this week because of the whole COVID-19 situation concerning the Ravens and Steelers from last week. But there are going to be a bunch of good games, which we're going to be covering per the usual. So without any further ado, let's get to it. The first game which we're going to start off with today is going to be done between the two teams with the same record, the Tennessee Titans and the Cleveland Browns, both sitting at an 8-3 record. Guys, I think this is going to be a close game. Our thoughts on this game?
I think the Titans are going to win this game, though it's not going to be by a big margin. I think Derrick Henry right now is at an unstoppable pace, just like he was at last season going into the playoffs. And the Cleveland Browns defense overall has been, average to below average this whole season. So, I don't think they can really stop Derrick Henry, which fully unlocks Ryan Tannehill's potential for this game. And, I think the Titans will take it.
Like what Arian said, this time of the year, that's when Derrick Henry just shows how valuable he is to the Tennessee Titans. I mean, he's been doing great the past couple games, this whole season actually. But just like last season, this is where he shines. I just don't think that the Browns defense can stop Derrick Henry or Ryan Tannehill right now. So I'm definitely going with the Titans on this one.
I think a good way of evaluating this matchup is looking at what the Titans' greatest strength is. It's the run game. With Derrick Henry, it's unstoppable. And the worst part about the Browns' defense is arguably their linebackers. And so an important aspect of stopping them is having good linebackers that can stop it if it gets past the first level, being the tackles and the ends. And so when you struggle like that, stopping an elite running back like Derrick Henry is really hard. And so you have to go with the Titans pick.
Exactly, guys. Got to go with the Titans. You guys pretty much covered it. Both teams are elite. I'm surprised. I forgot totally that the Browns even had an 8-3 record. But the Browns, like Derrick Henry, the Titans have the Derrick Henry. The Browns also got Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt. Now, both teams, we all know, have a good run defense as well. So I can see Ryan Tannehill and Derrick Henry working good off the play action. But I'm going to have the Titans barely edging out. All right, guys, now moving on to the second game, which we're going to be predicting for this week, that being the one between the Los Angeles Rams and the Arizona Cardinals. Now, guys, the Rams are sitting at a 7-4 record, while the Cardinals are 6-5. Our thoughts on this game?
So we know the Arizona Cardinals offense is amazing, and we know the Rams offense is sort of average, maybe a little bit above average. So we have to look at the defenses here. The Rams defense is one of the best in the league, and the Cardinals defense is a little bit worse. So when you take the strong side of the Arizona Cardinals offense and look at what it did against a Seattle defense that was significantly worse than a Rams defense, and to see the numbers that the Rams defense the Rams offense can produce against defenses like Tampa Bay, you have to look at their past record. And so the Rams have done better against better defenses, and the Cardinals have done worse against worse defense. So you have to pick the Rams in this matchup.
Yeah, I was going to say the exact same thing. Obviously, with the Cardinals, like you got to believe in Kyler Murray, everything that offense does, how good of an offense they are. But I'm just solely judging the game off when they play the Seahawks. I mean, the Seahawks defense is probably one of the worst defenses in the league. And I know it could have been just an off game for the Cardinals, and the Seahawks defense actually performed for once. But you're looking at the Rams defense, every team they've played so far, they've shut them down. They have an amazing defense, top 3 in my opinion this year. And I really think that Aaron Donald and Leonard Floyd are going to give a really hard time for Kyler Murray, and the Rams are going to take the win.
No, I'm gonna have to disagree. The Rams offense, they've played, they've been very up and down this whole season. Some games like the Tampa Bay game, they go for over 400 yards, and other games, they barely put up 20 points. And so when you look at the Cardinals offense, they've been pretty consistent this year. Kyler Murray runs the ball very effectively. He throws the ball very effectively as well. I think the Cardinals are going to be much more balanced on offense this game, and because of that, I think the Cardinals will win.
I have to go with being harsh right here. I think the Los Angeles Rams will edge out in this matchup. Now, I'm not saying the Kyler Murray, that combination between him and D-Hop, the receivers they got going, is not well enough. But honestly, I'm looking at the Rams right now. I believe in Jared Goff and that Cooper Kupp connection more than I do in the the Cardinals connection. And also I'm looking at their rookie running back, Cam Akers. In general, the Rams running offense has not been able to get off to a solid start. But I feel like this week, considering the Cardinals defense, it could definitely get rolling, and the Rams could edge out. All right, guys, now moving on towards a game which you might be a bit surprised as to why we're predicting, but hey, these teams have similar records, that being, of course, the New England Patriots and the Los Angeles Chargers, led by our boy, Justin Herbert. I'm going to start off with Harsh. Your thoughts on this game?
I'm going to go with the New England Patriots this game. the Los Angeles Chargers suffer from horrible play calling. Anthony Lynn and the rest of the coaching staff aren't really preparing this team to its full potential, nor in putting them in a position to win football games or even close out football games if they're winning. And so when we look at New England, how coached and disciplined the team is, and the winning streak they've been on, they've been winning a lot of games. I think recently they beat the Cardinals. The week before that, they beat the Ravens. So, they're trending upwards, and Bill Belichick has sort of figured things out with Cam Newton and the defense. And so I think this team has a chance at the playoffs if they play to their full potential. And I think that's what their goal is here. So I have to go with the Patriots.
Bill Belichick is known for his, genius when it comes to defense side of the ball, especially against rookie quarterbacks. I don't think a rookie quarterback has ever beaten Bill Belichick, and I think that trend continues this time. I think Bill Belichick is obviously a mastermind on the defensive end. He's going to create a lot of trouble for that Chargers offense, and Cam Newton just does barely enough to win this game.
Yeah, like you guys have said, the Patriots have been on kind of a hot streak, if I would say so myself, and beating teams like the Ravens, and then beating teams like they beat the Cardinals. Oh, they beat the Cardinals
last week,
yeah, and then beating teams like the Cardinals. They are looking not bad actually. Like they did the first couple games in their season, and with Justin Herbert leading the Chargers offense, I don't think that there's going to be a problem with him scoring points, scoring touchdowns. I just think that once again the play calling will be bad, the defense will not be that great, and Cam Newton will just slightly get the edge on the Chargers this game.
This is a tough call. I want to go with Justin Herbert. The man's almost about to tie Andrew Luck's record for the most amount of 300 passing yard games. He's almost about to be that tying Baker Mayfield's record as well for most touchdowns thrown. But there's one man, like you guys said, Bill Belichick. Like you said, no rookie quarterback has come this far and defeated him in a game. I feel like that the offense and the defense, which he's going to bring out, will be well enough to unfortunately bleed the Chargers. But hopefully next season we see this team get back on their feet. All right, guys, now moving on towards the fourth game, which we're going to be predicting, that being between our hometown team, the Chicago Bears, against the Detroit Lions. Now, guys, earlier this season, we edged out barely getting the win over the Lions, but do we think the same is going to happen this time? Our thoughts?
I think the Bears do win again. I think the Bears have always had the Lions number under Matt Nagy, and I think Trubisky always plays really well against the Lions. They just recently fired their head coach, and they're going to have to take a couple weeks to get things figured out. And so I don't think the Lions will be playing up to their full potential, and the Bears defense will take advantage of that.
Last week against the Packers, it looks like this Bears team, and especially defense, lost a sort of hope and gave up partially throughout the game. But look at the Lions and how the Bears have historically played against them. And even this season, they're never out of it against them. And Trubisky is known for the Lions being his two amazing games of the season. So I can't pick against that. I have to go with the Bears.
Yeah, so definitely be a close game. And if the Lions didn't have a head coach situation with Matt Patricia just getting fired, I would definitely go with the Lions. But like Arian said, when a head coach is gone, it takes a long time or quite amount of time for a team to get things figured out. So that being said, I'm gonna have to go with the Bears. They have been on a 5-game losing streak. Their team is not looking great at all the past 5 games. But I mean, they beat the Lions once, so I think with Trubisky they could probably do it again.
We were for sure lucky that week 1 game with that drop touchdown pass at the end of the game. But right now, I also got to go with Mr. Trubisky. This may or may not be his final season with the Bears, and we all got to ride with him. You guys have said that he's been an amazing quarterback against the Detroit Lions. He has shown up every time, and I expect nothing less this game. The Lions are one of the teams who do not even have a division win throughout the whole NFL. And I feel like that trend is going to continue, and we might just edit out this game. All right, guys, now moving on towards the 5th game, which we're predicting for this week, that being between the Buffalo Bills against the San Francisco 49ers. Now, guys, the Bills are sitting at an 8-3 record as compared to the 5-6 record of the hobbled 49ers. Our thoughts on this upcoming game?
This is a really interesting matchup because the San Francisco 49ers are such an unpredictable team. I mean, just last week, they beat the Rams, which I didn't even think was possible with the current lineup that they have and all the injuries that they have. But I do think I'm going to have to go with the Bills on this one. Josh Allen is playing very good. He kind of had a slump in the mid-season, but now I think he's getting things figured out again. He's playing well. Their defense has been pretty solid too. And the 49ers, like especially with their QB situation, with all their injuries, I just don't think that they can do what they did with the Rams again. So I'm going to have to go with the Bills.
Yeah, I didn't expect the 49ers to beat the Rams either. That was a very weird game to watch. But I think Josh Allen and the Bills' offense is much better than the Rams' offense. And I think, Josh Allen will be able to figure out the 49ers defense and take the win.
Again, yeah, the 49ers, they're not the team that they were last year, and they probably will be there next year. But right now, the Bills are a really good team. They're playing good football. They figured it out after they had a few games of a skid halfway through the season when Josh Allen sort of was figuring out his inconsistencies. And since then, they've been trending upwards, and they're playing like a very good football team. So you have to go with the Bills.
Exactly, guys. Not much to say here. The Bills, Josh Allen, it's been going on. I fully believe in Josh Allen to get the job done right here. The 49ers this whole season's been a bit weird, like you guys said. Some wins unexpectedly, which they've gotten like teams against the Rams. But I think we can all attest it to the one point, that being they lost on a leader, a man who brought their team together, Emmanuel Sanders, at the beginning of the season, and it's never looked the same afterwards. All right, guys. Well, those are our predictions for the 13th week of the 2020 NFL season. As always, guys, be sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and comment down below your predictions. Do you think that the Bills can get the job done against the 49ers and the other games as well? Guys, take care. We'll see you guys on the next one. See you guys.